gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yes,
Yes,
man. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting and brand new episode of
Lead Now.
DJ Mike DJ, let's get the audience in. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been so amazing. We're almost at the conclusion, but it's another episode, like we said. And a big shout out to Dr. John C. Maxwell for the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. And as I said, we're almost there. We are almost. Can you believe it? Leadership law number 20, but we haven't introduced ourselves. Come on.
I am Anton Venter.
I say, and ek is Rendani Chivula, a.k.a. your number 1 MC. That's it.
That just does not sound right. Anyway.
I'm trying to be inclusive, I'm trying to be inclusive, but back to it, ladies and gentlemen, we are on leadership law number 20. This makes me so excited because we're about to do this, wrap it up in style. But law number 20, this one I think I want to learn a lot more. It's the law of explosive growth. Anton, let's talk about it.
You know, when I saw you the first time after lockdown, you had experienced a lot of explosive growth. You actually look quite good now.
You took me there.
Explosive growth does not refer to this, guys, okay?
With the cheeks.
Okay, so the law of explosive growth. If I want to grow anything in life, then I have to grow leadership.
Come on.
Okay, so if I create followers, then I'm going to grow like this. If I create leaders, I'm going to grow like this. That is what it is. And the same in my own life.
Okay.
If I develop my leadership skills, then I explode. If I just live normally, then I stay here. So that is a concept of explosive growth. So I've experienced that in the school of leadership that I had over the years. You know, I had a lot of young teachers come in, work with me.
Yes.
And by working with me, training up other leaders, they became better leaders themselves. Those guys became promotable because they became empowered as leaders. And they left the school where they were with me and they went to other schools where they moved themselves into promotion posts, into leadership positions. And what it did to the school of leadership that I did is it did this, because they started the same concept at their schools. So the whole concept that we are doing here just took off.
Come on.
That's explosive growth.
That's explosive growth. But now, is that not a bit dangerous? Because, I mean, you're creating power forces that are in one, environment. It's like, what's that saying? You can't have more than one chef in the kitchen. I mean...
Yeah, too many chefs spoil the broth.
There we go.
Something like that.
He had to even use the accent. He had too many chefs. But yes.
For me, the reality is the law of explosive growth is close to the law of empowerment. If I create leaders who take the lead in their own space, then I'm going to achieve success.
Wow.
That is what it's about. So if I'm going to create leaders, if I create guys who are there to compete with each other, and they are all fighting for the same pie, then obviously it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But if I create leadership in my organization, I allow each guy to take his area of responsibility and to become the master in that area and to really own it and become excellent there.
Yes.
Then I'm raising up leaders in that organization and the whole organization becomes stronger. So what I want is I want to develop people who become leaders in their own sphere of influence. Okay. So I do not create workers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want workers in my organization. I want leaders. So wherever the guy works, even if it's like a menial job, if he takes full ownership of what he's doing and he becomes a leader in that area, then the organization benefits. And that's the principle of explosive growth. So I must invest in every single guy in the organization, no matter on what level he is. And I must raise up his leadership ability so that he could lead himself better, that he could lead his work better, that he could lead people better.
Come on.
That is what it is.
But now, it seems like it works very well from a team context, all right?
Yes.
Let's look at it and break it down from an individual perspective. Let's dissect it. How does this work, explosive growth?
You as an individual must also experience growth. Stan, we're busy with this journey of growth that's called life.
Yes.
And my journey of growth can happen like on this level slowly, or it can happen explosively.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is pretty much about how I take ownership in my own life and how I develop my personal leadership ability. Right. So at the end of the day, if we come back to the concept of why are we here?
Yeah.
Right. That original question about your purpose on this planet.
Your mission, your reason for existence.
You are here to become the person you were created to be so you can make the maximum impact in the world around you.
Come on.
In other words, for me to become the person I was created to be, I need to develop my leadership skills. So I want to lead my life properly. So the more leadership I apply to my own life, the better individual I become. Because then I lead my life better and I grow. So for me to experience explosive growth in my own life, in my own character, in the person that I am, I need to develop my leadership skills. And that leadership skills refer to the way I lead my life. And then obviously the way I lead others.
Okay.
So I first need to become comfortable inside my own skin.
Yes.
I must be happy being me.
Yeah.
And I must be willing to make me better.
Yeah.
That is where it starts.
Appreciate your personal identity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I look at you sitting here next to me. Now I got to know you when you were in grade 9. What was that?
A
14 years old. 14, 15.
Pickaninny, yeah.
Right. That's like half your life ago.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've experienced you for half your life.
Yeah, I know you've seen me
That's
in different
amazing.
sizes. Yeah.
Anyway, if I compare the man that you are now to the boy that you were then, there's been a lot of growth in you. So you tell me, how did you get that right?
I think, wow, now you put me on the spot. Really? I thought you were giving me the, and then you asked me a question, but which is good because it makes me reflect as well. But I think it's all about being intentional in the beginning, you know. You have to know exactly what you want. You have to take ownership. You have to be intentional. And I think beyond intention, if you don't repeat and be consistent in the things that you want to achieve and the discipline, you find yourself in, you create a back foot for yourself. So you have to be consistent. Consistency is such a key word. And I mean, like you mentioned, but you know my favorite word, systematic thinking.
Yes.
You know, literally having a plan for your life and literally following that plan. I think the vision is so important, but your plan of action is even more important because it sets the reality and taking the steps to achieving that. And I mean, I've learned so much, but it's also surrounding myself with people like yourself. I think that also maximized me to grow, you know? And that's why it's so
to have
important.
a mentor in your life as well.
You have to have a mentor. Because
you basically mentioned 4 things now.
Yeah.
You said intentionality, in other words, to have the
100%.
intention to become a better person.
Yes.
Consistency, in other words, choosing that every day.
Yes.
So being intentional every day.
Yeah.
Thirdly, systematic thinking to understand the bigger picture and having a plan to get there.
Connecting the dots.
And then fourthly, allowing yourself to be mentored and guided by other people.
100%. And how important is that?
Yes.
How important is that? Yeah.
Mentorship is real leadership.
Come on.
You know, so I mean, if you really look at leadership, it's about changing people's lives. It's about impacting other people. So if I'm going to help other people become the best versions of themselves, that is really how I develop their leadership, isn't it?
Yes, that's true.
So if we agree that when I develop leadership in people, I am going to develop an explosive growth organization.
Yes.
Then it's important for me to actually mentor the guy that I work with to make them better and to make them stronger. You know, in business, what we often find, and I as a leadership coach, I work with a lot of executive guys in their companies, and quite often a lot of these oaks feel threatened by oaks who start to excel in their companies.
Yes.
So they will see an oak who's doing well and he's raising up as a leader, and then they become scared because they think, okay, this guy is going to start his own business.
Yeah,
and he's going to become my competition.
About to get to that. Yes.
Understand? That's
professional jealousy.
Yes, it's that type of thing. And I don't want you to shine because then it takes shine away from me. Now, if you got that mindset about not allowing other people to shine, then you first got to sort yourself out because you're not going to grow as a person.
So there's insecurity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for you to become the best you could be, you need to actually give every person their space in the sun.
But that takes a lot.
It does.
Takes a lot. Let's be honest.
But it's about the mindset, Randy.
Yeah.
It's about what you think here. So if you are secure about who you are as an individual, then you can have strong guys around you, man.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I must know who I am.
Yeah.
So if I'm sitting here with a guy that's an excellent leader next to me.
Come on.
Understand? So you're a brilliant leader in the school of leadership. So imagine now I had this attitude of, no, I can't let you catch all the shine because it's going to make. Then the whole company is going to suffer.
We compromise.
And I'm going to suffer.
Yeah.
So the stronger you become, the stronger I become. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So for me to experience explosive growth in the company, I have to raise up guys like you.
Yeah.
So now, let's say now in a normal situation, I have a young guy who's working himself up, who's excellent. Now I've got a choice. I can either try to stop this guy's growth because I'm scared he's going to become my opponent, or I can accelerate his growth and make sure that when he's ready to start his own business, I'm there with him.
Come on.
And I become his partner in his new venture.
Yeah.
So I double my influence.
You're invested as
when I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Understand? That is how we should deal with it. So I must raise up guys who can become leaders in their own right, in their own spaces. And if I can support them and be on that journey with them, then I'm just expanding my own influence.
But character,
that is explosive growth.
Character plays a big role. Let's be honest, because you have to have a sense of strong character because you must be able to see the bigger picture. But if your character is not intact,
that's it.
Then explosive growth is compromised.
It comes back to that concept of lead your own life well.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes. I think, this is so amazing. I need to give another shout out to Dr. John C. Maxwell. We always remind people because this content is, it never expires. It's forever there. It forever be relevant. And a big shout out to you, Dr. John C. Maxwell, and your entire team, because I think he's also one that he expresses the law of explosive growth.
If you look at the number of leaders that he has developed all over the world.
Yeah.
We are sitting here as a result of the teaching, and we've never even met the man.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Johnson Maxwell, we want to meet you one day.
I saw you in Namibia. Still, we met from an angle. And I was like, yo, John.
No, it's Dr. John.
Dr. John. Okay. So you got to change the tone as well. Yeah. But I think this is so powerful. Wrapping it up, the law of explosive growth. What do we leave our people?
In summary, as a rugby coach, there's something that I call the law of the I.
Come on.
Okay. So you've often heard that people say there's no I in team.
Yes.
Meaning that the team is more important than the individual. But a rugby team has got 15 players on the field. Okay. So in my team, I have 15 players. These days in the squad, I've got 23. Okay, so the law of the I means that if every single one of those guys becomes the best he could be in that position, then the team excels.
Come on.
So explosive growth in my team, in terms of results, will happen if I empower every guy in his own position and helps him to become the best he could be in that position. So I want the best props, I want the best hookers, I want the best locks. I want every guy to own their role.
Come on.
And to become as good as they could be. Yeah. Because when I get that right, when those individuals excel, the team excels. Yeah. And that's the principle of the law of explosive growth.
Come on.
Let every guy become a leader in his space.
Yeah.
And then the company, the organization, the team will become a leader in industry.
Come on. That's so powerful. And having a personal relationship with each individual.
Yes.
That's so important.
As a leader, that is where it starts.
Yeah.
People are more important than things.
Come on. I wouldn't want to end it off in any other greater way. People are more important than things. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the law of explosive growth. And
next time we see you, it will be the final episode.
Hey, can you believe it? Can you believe it? We have to put that round of applause in. And Anton is definitely right. But let's remind people, please go onto our website, the School of Leadership Africa. We are here to empower you. Go onto our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you touch base with us. Yes. There's so much information.
And I just want to say, today we're wearing the same shirts. Yes. So now you can see the family resemblance.
And we both have long hair, as you can see. Wrapping it up in style, you gotta love it.
You gotta love it.
Yes, man. Come on.
We've hoped you've enjoyed this episode of Lead Now, proudly brought to you by the School of Leadership Africa. Please remember to follow us on our social media. You can find us on Facebook at The School of Leadership and also on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at SeoulAfrica_ZA. Thanks for tuning in.